This cannot be true. Juan Soto had his first meeting out of the four. He's going to visit the Red Sox and then Blue Jays, then Mets, and then the Yankees get the final say. But apparently they had a 3-hour presentation done for him, and he came out impressed. Lads, this cannot happen where we see a New York Yankee and Juan Soto, 26-year-old World Series champion, multiple time all-star for the MLB. He's a superstar, a top 3 bat in the league, probably the most clutch batter in the league. When it comes to playoffs, I think Juan Soto is the clutchest guy out there. You could say Ohtani and Judge, but this past postseason clearly showed that Juan Soto was the most consistent throughout the whole year, including the postseason. He was great in the regular season, and he got even better in the postseason. But obviously, he comes out impressed, which I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's false. I genuinely believe Juan Soto probably got an offer and he said, I'm definitely going to be getting a bigger offer once I start meeting with the New York team, because Boston has been a bit of a cheap team recently as of late. Since they've traded Mookie Betts, they have yet to be signing players for big time money, and their payroll continues to just diminish slowly. Their 2025 payroll, it's looking like it's going to be 131 million, and that includes everything. If you rank it by the 2024, obviously free agency hasn't came, and that could increase a little bit, but I don't genuinely believe that Boston's going to be landing anyone huge aside from maybe an ace, right? Boston last year, let me see here. 11th with 190, and now it's in the 30s, 133, right? It would be under the White Sox payroll, around Minnesota. That's absolutely for it being Boston, right? For it being the Boston Red Sox, you would think their payroll would be a lot higher. If you look back at their World Series team, they were in the top 3 payrolls, having over 220 million on the payroll for the year, and now they're having almost half of that. So that just shows where Boston is at the moment. They're kind of relying on the young guys coming out of the farm, when Boston used to be kind of like the Yankees, just buying players, and now they're relying on the farm. So looking at that, I don't see Boston going out and spending all this money on Juan Soto, considering that their pitchers aren't great. They've got a lot of holes in the lineup. Their bullpen needs to be shaken up. They've got a lot of needs before they go to Juan Soto. So I think they're just gonna they're using this to drive up the price. They're impressed by the Red Sox 3-hour presentation. So when they go and meet with the big boys, which are in the Big Apple and the Mets and the Yankees, they're gonna ask for more money because of them being impressed. Once he meets with the Blue Jays, I can definitely see a similar thing coming out or I could see an actual number coming out saying, oh, the Blue Jays have offered him 600 million, and that's when we're gonna see the base of the bidding war between the Mets and Yankees will come out. But this is something to take into consideration. Think climate change. Obviously, I am not supporting the hurricane, but 15 million is 15 million. If we can add that on Juan Soto's contract and we end up winning the bidding war by 15 million, like this comment says, we could thank climate change, because 15 million could go a long way. And this is going straight to Juan Soto right here. The Rays are basically going to be sponsoring the Juan Soto deal. But for anyone saying that, oh, he's going to go to Boston or he's going to go to the Blue Jays, no chance. I'm telling you right now, zero possibility that occurs. If Juan Soto ends up leaving the New York Yankees, he's not leaving the city. He's going to the Mets, because we know Cohen right now wants a big batter, a superstar, and Juan Soto, a guy like Juan Soto going into free agency at 26 years old, doesn't happen a lot. It'll be years and years and years, considering these deals the young guys are getting these days, where they get a 10-year or 15-year deal like Tatis, straight off the back of 2-3 years of success in Acuna. We're not going to see these, exciting young players hit the market like Juan Soto just did, right? And he really bet on himself. He really turned down over 400 million deal from the Padres at one point, and he ends up and obviously with the owner passing away, they knew that Juan Soto was going to end up not being a Padre, and that's why he gets traded. And I think the Yankees get the last say just because they traded for him. And I think the Mets are going to go out there and give him a deal close to Ohtani. It shouldn't be over Ohtani money, but I think it's going to be $650 million is what Cohen's going to be ready to spend. And do the Yankees match that? I really hope so, because you can't let a generational talent and Juan Soto, just walk like that. Because your team got to the World Series when you acquired Juan Soto the first time in 15 years. And do you really think you're going to let Juan Soto go? Him being the player is the reason why you end up in the World Series. He has that clutch 3-run bomb. He was great in the postseason. Do you genuinely believe you're going to do better? No, it's not going to happen. So you have to go out there and get Juan Soto. And it doesn't stop there. You go out there and you get yourself an infielder, because the infield was absolutely horrendous. It was a disgrace watching that in the biggest stage of baseball, where we saw errors on errors end up costing the Yankees a game 6. Yeah, or instead they lose in game 5. With Volpe's error to Jazz, we've got Rizzo not running out, Gleyber Torres being the laziest second baseman in the MLB. There's gonna have to be acquisitions. Ha-Seong Kim has to come in, and either Christian Walker or Alex Bregman has to come in. But anywho, and also a pitcher, because Clark Schmidt cannot be our guy. And Carlos Rodon I don't trust. I think Luis Hill has proven, the 2 starts he had were 2 playoff wins. So if they would have trusted him more, I think we would have had a little bit more success against the Dodgers. But anywho, back to the topic. Juan Soto will not leave the city of New York. I'll say that right now. Boston has no chance. They're very cheap, at the moment. The Blue Jays, I don't think they've got a shot either. Does Juan Soto really end up at the Blue Jays? Obviously, if they outbid the Yankees or the Mets, which is just not going to happen. The Blue Jays seem to just be in the mix for players, but don't actually sign them like they were with Ohtani. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Leave a comment down below. Who do you think Juan Soto will end up on? I'm going to say it right now. I'm just going to back the Yankees. I'm going to say the Yankees don't let him go. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.